Hello again, my name is Ernest. Many thanks for choosing us. This is the home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. To the details now, and suspects in police custody in connection with the murder at Mankessim have confessed to killing 2 more people. This brings to 3 the number of people the suspects have allegedly killed so far. The Ghana Police Service says it has retrieved 2 bodies of the 3 victims. Let's share further details of that statement released by the police as a way of update on this investigations. It says the police ongoing investigations into the Mankessim murder case has established that the 2 suspects, Michael Darko, alias Nana 1, and Christopher Echo Clark, have murdered 1 other person, bringing to 2 the number of people confirmed to have been gruesomely murdered by the suspects. It continues to say that so on your screen now is an update from the police service on the murder at Mankessim. We know that the suspects, that's the chief and the self-styled pastor, have confessed to killing 2 other people. The body of one of the 2 has been discovered and retrieved by the police service. We know they have been taken to court. They have been charged with murder and 2 other charges. This story was broken about 2 weeks ago. The nurse in question went missing, and she was a prospective nursing student. She had gone to the region for her interview as part of processes to be enrolled into the nursing school. She was then declared missing by the police service. Relatives also, together with the police, mounted a search for her. Days later, her body was discovered. She was found dead, and the pastor was arrested. The chief in whose house the body was retrieved was then arrested as well. The 2 were then detained by the police and then subsequently arraigned in court. They were then charged with murder and 2 other charges. Today we are getting an update from the police service on this latest development as far as the Mankessim murder is concerned. And let me run you through the details as we are getting from the police service on this incident. The statement was released just a while ago by the police. So as we indicated, the second paragraph of the statement says, the second murdered victim, Gloria Yeboah, a petty trader from Obokrum in Kumasi, was reported missing sometime in June 2022 when she left home in quest to travel abroad. The suspect lured the deceased to Accra on June 17, 2022 and took her to Mankessim under the pretext of preparing her to travel to Holland. Now, however, she was later killed by them. The body of the deceased has been found, and police have been able to locate her family who identified the body as Gloria Yeboah. Police is providing the necessary support for the family in these difficult times. The police are also following a lead on a possible 3rd victim who might have been murdered by the suspect. Investigations so far point to the fact that the suspects are involved in ritual murders. They lure their victims, sometimes under the pretext of helping them to travel abroad, and then kill them. We therefore urge any member of the public who has dealt with the suspect or knows someone who has ever dealt with them to contact the police via the following numbers on your screen to assist with investigations. We would like the public to note that this is a temporary number dedicated only to this investigation. And so that is the update for you on this gruesome murder in Mankessim. Well, last week, the suspect led the police to the place. They buried one of their victims. A prospective nurse, Richard Kojunyanko, sent us this report at the time.
The police prosecutors in court on Thursday indicated that the deceased, Georgina Asobotwe, lives at Yeji in the Bono East region. She was an applicant seeking admission to the Ankafo Psychiatric Nursing School. She arrived in Cape Coast on the 8th of September 2022. Upon arrival, she called the pastor and informed him about his presence in the region and what she was coming to do. The pastor, a self-styled one and boyfriend of the sister of the deceased, Doris Ankama, informed her he would pick her after the interview. On the 9th of September, about midday, the chief and the pastor said they decided to kill the deceased for money rituals. The two met at the Ankafo Psychiatric Nursing School, picked the deceased up in a taxi to Pedi Junction in Cape Coast, where the chief had parked his Benz car with registration number GT 8686C. The chief drove to Aquacrum, where he is a Tufuhin, took the deceased's iPhone and locked her in a room. The accused person went to Iskafo Amantam, a suburb of Mankessim, where they dug a hole in an uncompleted story building belonging to the chief. They went back for the deceased and sent her to Iskafo Amantam. The chief allegedly hit the deceased with a club and the deceased fell down. The pastor is also alleged to have held the neck of the deceased till she died. They then cut the hair of the deceased after killing her and left the uncompleted story building around 2 a.m. A complaint was lodged to the police by the brother of the deceased, Alfred Dodu, a military man who stays in Takrady, after notices had been posted on social media indicating the deceased, Georgina Asobotwe, cannot be found. The police picked intelligence and started looking for the accused persons, and on the 19th of September, the pastor was arrested at Anomabo, where he admitted to the crime. He subsequently led the police to where the deceased had been buried. The body of the deceased was exhumed. The police further picked intelligence and Christopher Ekwa-Kwansa, the Tufuhin of Ekumfi Aquacrum and trader, at his hideout at Ekumfi Aquacrum. He also admitted to the crime and stated they did that for money rituals. The accused were put before the Cape Coast District Court 2, presided over by Her Worship Bernice Mensma Akon. They were charged with conspiracy to commit crime, to wit murder, and murder contrary to Section 46 of the Criminal and Other Offences Act 1960, Act 29. The plea of the accused was not taken. The facts and the charges were read to the accused in Fanti and in Tree. The prosecutor, DSP Daniel Gajo, pleaded with the court to allow them some time to conclude their investigations. The case has been adjourned to the 4th of October 2022. Meanwhile, the Mankessim Mu3der Association, an association the chief, Christopher Ekwa-Kwansa, is president of, has expressed their outrage at what the chief is reported to have done. According to them, the chief has disgraced them and they want the law to deal with him.
It's a pain on another crack. Let's say our mobile to me. It's my brother Sabia was not found for financial game.
Our leader has disgraced us. This is Nana, who has done such an unthinkable thing. The law should take its course. We used to hear it farther away from us, but this is very close now. Someone's beautiful daughter killed painfully like this.
As some Cassipan is Mankessim Mu3der, Kaya Wabon one no say on Hina said the man is the more Mankessim. No issue a woodsy.
God would deal with them. This is not good for us. Nana didn't try at all. Now Mankessim is in the news again for all the wrong reasons.
1,000, another 1,000 that. Yana Yatana, I wanted Papa. It's a straw, the mountain of warrior one day,
We want to tell anyone that is involved in rituals in this market, in Mankessim in general, to stop. So once he has been arrested, we expect that the law will deal with him. Reporting for Joy News, Richard Kwejenyako, Cape Coast.
So that was Richard Kojenyako's report to Joy News about a week ago when the news broke, and after the chief as well as the pastor were arraigned in court. Richard Kojenyako will be joining us live for some more on this story, especially for details of how the second body was exhumed. So the latest on this story is that the self-styled pastor and the chief accused of killing the prospective nursing student in Mankessim have confessed to killing 2 other people. The police have now retrieved the body of one, and there's a search for the other person. Meanwhile, the police is urging the general public to assist with investigations, especially with persons who have dealt with these two individuals. The residents there, the subjects of the chief, are very much livid. They want the law to take its course. They have been charged. They will be arraigned. And as we are learning now, the police will have to update its case in court eventually. Richard Kojonyako joins us live from Cape Coast with an update on this story. Richard, so give us details about the second body that has been found and exactly what went into it and how the residents are reacting to this latest development.
Well, so Ernest, the police have issued a statement on this, and on Thursday, the police led the two accused persons in this murder case to the residence of Christopher Kwansa Clark, the Tufuhin of Ekumfi Akwakrum, where it is believed most of their criminal activities were carried out. And so the two allegedly have confessed to the police to killing 3 more people, and to further the police investigation, they led them to the various locations where these incidents occurred. On Thursday, scores of the people gathered at the chief's residence, ostensibly to catch a glimpse of the two. They poured innuendos, held insult at them. And so whilst they were doing that, the police were thoroughly searching the rooms and took vital documents and information that would aid their investigations. From there, the two accused led a team of investigators to a location where a male teacher was allegedly invited by them and was shot and killed instantly. The police were also taken to another location in Ekumfi where they allegedly shot and killed a female trader and buried her under a bridge. The team of investigators proceeded to Batanya, a town in the Mankessim district, where they allegedly killed a young lady from Kumasi, the second murdered victim, Gloria Yabua, a petty trader. And she was reported missing in June 2022 when she left home in her quest to travel abroad. The police indicate that the suspect lured the deceased to Accra on 17 June 2022 and took her to Mankessim under the pretext of preparing her to travel to Holland. However, the police state that she was killed by them. The two pretended to be travel agents and prepared a traveling document for her to travel to the Netherlands. The family of the deceased, who were at the mortuary in Cape Coast, at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, afternoon, identified the body of their relative. The accused person also led the police to arrest a 26-year-old Mason in Mankessim in connection with the murder of Georgina Asobotwe. The third suspect was arrested like that. So he has become the third suspect. The two accused confessed to having hired this suspect called Abe to dig the pit in the house of the Tufuhin at Mankessim where Aso was buried. Abe initially denied the act, but later admitted to digging the pit for 50 Ghana cedis. Abe is one of the leaders of the youth volunteer groups in the community, and the money was paid to him in 2 tranches. The first tranche was 30 Ghana cedis, and the next one was 20 Ghana cedis. So the police personnel have been stationed at the deserted family house of the Tufuhin, where 2 dark holes were found in 2 separate rooms, while it had also intensified their patrols. So the police are saying that their investigations have pointed them to an inescapable conclusion that the 2 suspects are involved in ritual murders, and they are urging the members of the public who have dealt with them or know them to contact the police on some numbers they have provided on their release. Ernest.
Very interesting details, but also chilling there, Richard. So there's a third suspect who has been picked up by the police, who is yet to be arraigned, but investigation is still ongoing. And it appears they may have killed many more people beyond the 2 that they have confessed to. But how is the town reacting to this?
Well, so the town is shattered. They are broken. It is evident from how they thronged the premises of the Tufuhin. They just wanted to, they still can't come to terms with the fact that the man could do something like that, because this is a man they have lived with for a very long time. He is the president of the Marketers and Traders Association of Mankessim. If you know Mankessim very well, it is a very huge marketing center where people travel from all walks of life to that place to understand that someone they have made president to be able to do that. In fact, it breaks them even more. And so the 2 of them plus the one that will be charged and will become the third accused would be put before court. They are due in court on October 4. That is on Tuesday. They will come back. You know, earlier when they appeared before court, their pleas were not taken. And so they will come and then the real proceedings would begin.
Is ritual killing new to Mankessim?
It is not new. because people have been dying and there have been complaints. We've been speaking with residents who are saying that, well, so perhaps these two may be responsible for the murders of people that die. I mean, they will find bodies here and they would not know who even did the act. The police will investigate and it will come to no avail. And so it's not new. It's something that when we even spoke with the assembly member for the area, he even indicated.
Richard, thank you very much. And Richard has been on this beat for us. We'll be bringing you some more details, chilling it may be, in our subsequent bulletins and get the police to bring us some more updates on their investigations. This is John News Today with me, Ernest Minion.